Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Letter Network live here from McKinley Memorial Fieldhouse. Mike, we got a special one tonight as the Jackson Polar Bears, 9-1 in the Federal League, take on the McKinley Bulldogs, currently 10-0 in the Federal League. This one might be for all the marbles.
Well, the equation is simple. McKinley wins, they win the Federal League championship outright. There's just one game left for both teams. If Jackson wins, hey, it's a first-place tie going into the final games of the season. So definitely a lot to play for here at the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, and both of these teams well coached. Obviously, Sean Weatherspoon in for the Canton McKinley Bulldogs, and Tim DeBevec, veteran, coming in for the Jackson Polar Bears. Weatherspoon, this is his second season here at McKinley, also his alma mater, as well as it being Tim DeBevec's. It's not his first rodeo. It's not his first rodeo here at all. And he's got 2 games at the Fieldhouse, or he's got a game at the Fieldhouse every year. And this one might be the most important.
Well, yeah, Jackson players are not intimidated by coming into this building. You know, you guys got Kyle Monterubio, Mitch Fennerbrock, Cam Weekly. They've had experience in this place, and they've had some success in this place. So they're not going to be intimidated at all, knowing what's on the line.
Yeah, and so, Mike, I mentioned it during the intro, but we are here in the McKinley Memorial Fieldhouse, Mike. This is one of the best venues in Northeast Ohio basketball, and I am so happy that we are here on the court side. So, big shout out to facilities manager Joe Bogdan from Kent McKinley Athletics. Big shout out to him for housing us here tonight, and I think it's going to be a great one, Mike.
Well, yeah, and the building is nice crowd here tonight. When this place has crowds like this, it's really, really impressive. And you've got a game that lives up to a crowd like this here tonight. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and I think this is the fullest that I've seen the Fieldhouse since McKinley's game against Massa that they lost, which is one of their 4 losses on the season. McKinley currently 14-4, only with losses to St. Ignatius, Harding, I want to say, what is it? Who is it? St. Ignatius. Cleveland St. Ignatius, and then also they've also lost to Garfield Heights. So they've been through the ringer. They have run a gauntlet of teams in Northeast Ohio, and Jackson is going to be no different. The last time that Jackson and McKinley played earlier in January through the midway point was a very close game, decided by the fact that McKinley put up 87 points in 32 minutes.
Well, yeah, and if you're Jackson, you really don't want a slow-down game. You know, you don't want to keep the game in the 40s or anything, but that's probably a dangerous number for them if they allow 80 points again in this game.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really the difference that night. Jackson not being able to stop McKinley, and McKinley, as we've seen throughout the year, not one guy on their team can hurt you. They've got 4 different guys, probably one of the balanced teams that we've seen in the area this season, and Jackson's going to have to find a way to really contain all of those guys and to kind of keep the pace in their favor if they're to have success tonight.
Absolutely, Mike. So with that being said, we did have the opportunity to interview head coaches Sean Weatherspoon and Tim DeBevec before the game. So here is that exclusive pregame interview with you from Sean Weatherspoon. Thank you.
I just had the opportunity to talk with Coach DeBevec, and he really emphasized the fact that this game is going to be a lot in the transition defense. And the transition in the defense in transition for McKinley has been one of the most, common things that other teams have exploited, but that's also been a strength for McKinley, especially on the offensive end. So when you look at balancing those things out, what do you tell your guys?
Especially tonight, we got to find them early in transition. They can shoot the ball very well. We don't want guys to be open. We want to find guys early so they can not get hot. Last year they made 10 threes here in this game, so definitely don't want that to happen tonight.
Yeah, and Mitch Fennerbrock would be the guy to make all of those 10 threes. He's the leading 3-point scorer in the Federal League right now. So do you guys have any plans to shut him down and make sure they can spread it out instead?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I say got to find him early, stick to him, help, on him, as well as other guys. They got 5 guys who can shoot the ball extremely well. So like I said, man, we got to find guys early in transition and not let them get in the rhythm.
Yeah, not letting them get in a rhythm is another big part of your guys' switch-heavy defense, and you've seen it in all the games that you guys have played this season. What have you guys been doing in practice to try and hone that craft?
Yeah, man, just continue to work on it. Continue to preach, pressure the basketball, being in the passing lanes, communicating, rotating, flying around defensively and making the offense uncomfortable. I think if we can do that tonight, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and McKinley has more than one guy that's always in double digits. I mean, you'd look at Anthony Chavers, Reed Sims, and Jalen Jeter, all can blow up on any given night. But it's not just going to be about one guy tonight. It's going to have to be a spread offense. And do you guys think that you guys have prepared adequately for that?
Absolutely. We harp on sharing the basketball, trying to get high assist numbers, taking care of the basketball as well. We don't want, just it to be a one-man show. You want to play team basketball, let everybody have an opportunity to score, and just play hard and play and get a win.
Yeah, and especially with this game being a little bit more heavy stakes-wise, what have you guys been trying to talk about in the locker room to try and calm the nerves about the situation?
Yeah, man, a lot on the line, as far as the Federal League as well as the tournament seeding. But at the end of the day, it's a basketball game, that's what I tell my guys. Just go out here, have fun, man. Give your best effort, and we'll see where the chips lay.
Yeah, and what is it like for you, especially coming into your second year here? It's been absolutely a phenomenal season for you guys, especially with your coaching ability. What do you have to say to your guys in terms of how you're proud of them and how you guys have really been working together as a team only in your second year here?
Yeah, man. Definitely proud of my guys. We put a lot of hours in. And like I told them yesterday in practice, man, tonight is an opportunity for us to get rewarded for our hard work. All the hours in the off season, the preseason conditioning, running, miles, lifting weights, practicing hard, throughout the season, things like that. So tonight is an opportunity for us to, like I said, be rewarded.
All right. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
I was gonna say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live. Mike, take it away.
Well, and we also had an opportunity to talk with Tim DeBeck ahead of tonight's game against McKinley.
Yes, we did. Taking to you right now.
You and McKinley have obviously been the best teams in the Federal League this season, and there's no doubt about it. You two are coming into this game with practically a Federal League title on the line. You guys fighting to stay in for a share. McKinley playing for outright once they played on Tuesday. So what are your kind of expectations going into this game, at least from your guys on the court?
From last game we played them, obviously gave up 87 points. We got to play better defense tonight. It's how bad our seniors and our guys want the Federal League title. We got to win these next two games, at least get a share. So tonight's a big game. I mean, it should be a good atmosphere. Two good teams playing in Stark County, two best teams. It's going to come down to this who wants it, make some shots, key points, and get some stops. We defensively, we got to get it done tonight.
Yeah, and you talked about, especially in your article with the Canton Repository, you were talking about how you can't give up 87 points to a team like McKinley and expect to keep up. What are your guys' expectations in terms of defense going into this game?
We got to slow them down, keep guys in front of us, maybe mix up some zone and some man-to-man, and try to rebound, and keep guys in front. That's the key thing, getting transition layups. On the other end, we got to get back, sprint back so they don't get easy baskets tonight. We got to make sure they earn every bucket tonight.
Yeah, and McKinley has one of the most balanced rosters in the Federal League, obviously tied with you guys. I mean, you guys have people that can spread the floor without a second thought. McKinley's also got kids that can do just that. They have multiple kids who are putting up double digits. You got multiple kids that are putting up double digits. So do you think it's going to come down to necessarily one man tonight, or is it going to be a team effort?
It's usually a team effort. Last time we played, they had 5 guys in double figures. All 5 of their starters scored in double figures. So tonight we just got to have balanced scoring, find the open shooter, take care of the basket. We can't have turnovers tonight for layups for them. So, we got to knock down some shots. We've been shooting pretty good from threes. It's going to come down, we can make some threes so we can stay in the game tonight.
And you're talking about offense right now, and you take a look at McKinley and you look at their switch-heavy defense from Coach Weatherspoon. I mean, have you guys done anything in practice to try and prepare for those situations?
Yeah, we've been trying to do some different things. I mean, offensively, at this point in the season, maybe get some transition baskets on the, down, run the ball. So, no, we're just, we got to spread the floor on them, and hopefully we can get by them and get some easy shots.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Letter Network. I am Aiden Brueck. This is Mike Popovich. Tonight, we are here for a Federal League showdown that could be potentially for the Federal League title if McKinley's able to run away with it. Now, we do have about a minute left till tip-off, and because of that, we're going to hit the national anthem. McKinley has a great singer on the call tonight, I guess I could say. Have a great singer on the call tonight, so we're going to kick it over to our audio-only presentation for the national anthem, and then after that we will kick it back to me for Brueck's breakdowns and potential starters for tonight's game. Thank you. right, everybody, welcome back to the Letter Live after that amazing rendition of the national anthem by a McKinley student. Oh my goodness, Mike, that might top the one from the Massillon game.
Well, I was going to say, I think that's the best national anthem singers we've seen have been at the games at the Fieldhouse we've done. All respect to everybody else, but, you know, they've all been great. But the ones that we've had here have definitely been the tops.
All right, with that being said, Mike, we're going to kick it over to Brueck's breakdown. Let it be known that this game is going to be a game about transition defense, everybody. This game is going to be solely about the switch-heavy defense that McKinley plays, and also the switch-heavy defense that Tim DeVevek emphasized in the interview that you listened to with me earlier. The whole point of this game is going to be how things get done on the defensive end, because if things don't get done defensively, they're not going to be done at all. So here's the deal. McKinley, 10-0 in Federal League play, currently on the brink of a Federal League championship. Balanced, positionless motion offense. Every starter can score. Guys like Reed Sims Jr., who's currently shooting 48.4% from the floor. They've also got people like Anthony Chavers, Jalen Jeter, and Davey Thompson, who are all walking highlights. The coaching of Sean Weatherspoon remains sharp despite his challenges with family this season. Fun fact, the first time that Jackson met with McKinley, Coach Weatherspoon had a pair of twins, Shiloh and Saint. So congratulations to Coach Weatherspoon. Talked to him before the game. He said that this was going to be done in the offense as well. Tim DeVevek said, we can't let them get 87 points. So here's what it's going to come down to as well. Can Mitch Finnefrack get going on the perimeter? Can Cole Baker, Landon Thiel, Kyle Monterrubio, Cam Weekly all be valuable options inside the perimeter for Jackson? On the McKinley side, I already mentioned everybody. But here's the thing. Just because I mentioned everybody doesn't mean that only those people are going to make moves. Davey Thompson has also been a great player for McKinley, and I know I mentioned him, but he goes without being said. And, I mean, Mike, let's take it through the starters, right? For McKinley, Javion Carter, Anthony Chavers, Jalen Jeter, Ed Webster, and Reed Sims Jr. For Jackson, Cam Weekly, Mitch Finnefrack, Cole Baker, Caden Lloyd, and Kyle Monterrubio. Landon Thiel will be the first man off of the bench tonight, and it's going to be a heater.
It's going to be a heater, and yeah, this is what makes this time of the season in basketball so cool. You know, it's so fun to see two teams who have a shot to win the league title play this late in the season, and especially in a venue like this. So, as much as we've really looked forward to some of the games we've done the past few weeks, going back to the McKinley-Massillon game here, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
All right, folks, so we're going to kick it over to the audio section of our broadcast. For those watching at home, we can only stream audio play-by-play of the game, so I'll be your illustrator for tonight, Aiden Brueck. Mike Popovich will give you your analysis. Kyle Monterrubio, Anthony Chavers on the tip-off. Let's get it started. Monterrubio and Chavers facing off. Monterrubio tips it forward to Caden Lloyd. Lloyd takes it on the right back wing. He's guarded by Reed Sims Jr., looking for a screen past Weekly. Weekly takes it up in transition, going inside to Baker. Baker outside on the perimeter. They're looking for a ghost screen for Finnefrack. Finnefrack goes through on a screen, foul's called. And it looks like Anthony Chavers has picked up his first foul of the game.
Well, early on, you know, the McKinley keeping a body on Kevin Finnefrack. That's the second time I've said that this season. Mitch Finnefrack, I'm thinking of his dad, but keeping a body on him early, trying not to let him go off.
Weekly gives it to Finnefrack. Finnefrack hands it off to Lloyd. Lloyd spins past Sims, puts up a floater, and finds it. Lloyd is the first man to get a bucket on the night. Jackson 2, McKinley 0, 7 minutes on the clock. In the corner, it's Jeter, sporting the headband tonight. Could be prime Kyrie Irving. Going back, Reed Sims Jr. wants a spot up three, but he'll go inside for a floater instead. Can't find it. It's rebounded by Monterrubio. He'll dribble it from right to left. Lloyd goes inside. Cole Baker in. Chavers goes for the block. But Jackson's got 4 unanswered points now. Jackson 4. McKinley 0. Chavers on the right side. Gives it off to Davey Thompson. Thompson in the starting lineup instead of Javion Carter tonight. My apologies. Sims has it now. He kicks it out to Chavers. Chavers, contested 3. Fire away! Almost ties it up. They're 1 point behind. It's Jackson 4 and McKinley 3. And Mike, I think I'm going to need some water tonight.
We're off to that kind of a pace that we had the first time these two teams played.
Finnefrock from 3. Can't notch it. He's 0 for 1. Loy has it now in transition. Looks to get past Sims. Off the backboard. Can't fall it in. Push called. It's going McKinley's way as Cole Baker looks for the putback.
That's actually going to be McKinley's possession. Jackson foul on Cole Baker, his first. Team first for the Polar Bears. 6:18 to go. Off to a quick start. Jackson up 4-3.
And for those just tuning in, my name is Aiden Brueck, your illustrator for tonight. To my right is Mike Popovich, local sports reporting legend. We are doing live play-by-play for Jackson versus McKinley for a potential Federal League title. Currently Jackson 4, McKinley 3. Davey Thompson at the key. Great defense played by Finnefrock. He'll go up. Davey Thompson can't find it as it spins its way out. And Ed Webster tried to get the board, but it falls out of bounds. It's going Jackson's way with Kyle Monterrubio on the inbound, guarded by Chavers. 5 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Jackson 4, McKinley 3. Weekly gets the inbound. Taking it down the court, Weekly looks to cross up on Jeter. Tries to go through his legs to the right. Spins around to his left, passes it off to nobody as he keeps it himself. Instead goes to Cole Baker now at the Fieldhouse logo, midcourt. Baker, screened by Ed Webster. Finnefrock now on the right perimeter. Takes it inside, puts a move up, can't find it off the rebound. And Chavers with the ball now. It's a fast break on Weekly. Tries to go behind his back, but he loses it. And it's going McKinley's way to the dismay of these Jackson fans in the crowd. It is a packed house here in the Fieldhouse.
Well, Chavers was getting a step up on the Jackson defense, and I think you and I were probably thinking the same thing of how he would finish it. We've seen some electrifying dunks from him this year.
Sims Jr. gives it over to Chambers on the right side. Gives it back to Reed. Reed looks to cut through. Over on Monterrubio. He'll block it, and it's clean. And Finnefrock gets the rebound. Monterrubio goes to Baker. He goes inside. Ball goes out. Washed away. It's going McKinley's way. And what could have been a huge Jackson fast break goes right back into the hands of the Bulldogs. It's Jackson 4, McKinley 3 with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the first. Jeter over to Webster. Webster over to Thompson. Thompson wants to make something happen. Instead, gives it off to Chavers on the left wing. He'll go back and through his legs, guarded by Baker. Pressed up, gives it to Webster at the key. Sims Jr. looks to screen by. He's got a lane. He'll put it up and over. Sims gets his first points of the night on a floater. Loy has a 3. Passes it up. Goes behind to Finnefrock. Finnefrock wants to put it up. Almost fouled. Goes to Weekly instead. Weekly driving underneath. Goes inside. Can't find a 3 as he steps back out. And it looks like an over the back going to be called as Monterrubio went down hard off of the head of Ed Webster.
Yeah, Jalen Jeter with the foul for McKinley, his first, team's second on the Bulldogs.
It's going to be physical, but the refs are letting him play. Finnefrock looks to pop a 3, steps back, puts one up! Bang! Green from Finnefrock, his first of the night. But now Jeter's over on the other side, guarded by Lloyd. He's on the right perimeter. Takes it underneath, almost gets passed out. Goes to Reed now at the volleyball stripe, at the intersection. Looks to go past with Webster. Chambers now takes a contested 3. Can't get it, won't bounce in. Jeter almost gets the board, puts one up and in. Jeter successfully regains the second chance possession as Jackson and McKinley are tied. Monterrubio's got it now for Jackson. Look at spin around, puts one up. Fouled on the way down, he'll head to the stripe. And Jackson looks at 2 free throws from Monterrubio to put them up 2.
Yeah, Reed Sims will get the foul for McKinley, his first. Monterrubio going to the free throw line for the first free throws of the night in this game.
Monterrubio on the season currently bolstering a 84% free throw percentage. He makes his first, puts the Polar Bears up 1, It's Jackson 8, McKinley 7. He's got a chance to make it he's got a chance to make it a possession game now. The left-hander puts it up, can't find it. Reed Sims Jr. cleans the glass, going fast down the break. From the three-point line, he's going to make something happen. Looking for an ISO. Goes left past Webster. Now at the key. Reed hogs it, goes over to Thompson from 3. Can't find it. Javion Carter now in the game as it goes inside to Landon Thiel. He goes inside, wipes it. Thiel finds the first points in the game as Thiel and Carter both sub in for their respective teams. Sims Jr. now screens left, pass Monterrubio, push now taken, almost swishes the what would have been the negated ball, but gets it done nonetheless.
Yeah, Kyle Monterrubio with the foul for Jackson, his first, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout. 3:14 left to go in the first quarter. Boy, we don't need a 30-second timeout.
Hey, I'll take a 30-second timeout. That means they can see our beautiful faces, Mike.
Oh, well.
All right.
But that's what I was saying. Boy, when you have a game with as good of a flow as this, you always don't want to see as many timeouts as, so to speak. Thank God we don't have media timeouts in high school basketball.
It's not like the shot clock shootout.
Right, yeah. And we had
those were sanctioned games.
Yeah.
Those were sanctioned games.
Yeah. Landon Thiel, a big asset if you're Jackson. We talked about him earlier this year. Ohio State recruit in baseball. We saw him play, I believe it was the first Glen Oak game that we did. Fine game off the bench that night for the Polar Bears.
Thompson hands it off to Webster, goes outside to Chambers. He'll screen past Webster on the ghost. Goes inside, hops, step and a jump, finds its way in. Chambers has 5. Jackson 10, McKinley 9, 2 minutes 56 seconds to go. It's a close one, and Monterrubio gets it over back up top to Weekly. Weekly, my view partially blocked. Spot up 3, can't bank it. Goes Reed's way. Sims Jr. with the ball now at the key. Spot up 3, can't find it. Bad look. Looks for his rebound, goes to Chambers. He's uncontested. Fires away after a couple of bounces on the rim. McKinley leading 12-10. Now with 2 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Carter on Weekly. Weekly looking to screen pass. Step back mid-range. Can't fire it. And it ends up back in the hands of Webster. Goes to the corner with Davey Thompson. Thompson looks to cut underneath, guarded by Weekly. Good luck getting past him. Instead, goes to Carter underneath. Fires away. Goes in for another 2. And McKinley now with 4-point lead with 2 minutes left. McKinley 14, Jackson 10. Monterrubio now right in front of me on the left wing. Guarded by Chambers. Looks to screen past Finifrock. Swivels around. Wants to put up one. Puts one in. Fire. Gets it. Heating up now for Monterrubio. McKinley 14, Jackson 12 with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Webster goes to Carter. Carter in the corner. Goes back to Sims now. Offset of the key by about 3 steps. Screens past Webster. Goes inside for easy layup and finds it. Guarded by Thiel. Can't get it done in the paint for Jackson. McKinley 16, Jackson 12, 1 minute and 19 seconds to go. Monterrubio now with the ball for the Polar Bears. Hands it off to Thiel, guarded by Webster. Hands one off to Finifrock. Wants to take a deep 3. Passes it up, guarded by Thompson. Wide up heavy on the press. Goes Weekly inside. Puts one in to Landon Thiel. And he'll get an easy bucket inside with 59 seconds to go. It's a 2-point game with 56 seconds to go now. And McKinley looking to slow it down, calling the play. Looking to take the second to last shot, leaving about 10 seconds left for Jackson. Thompson wants a shot. Dribbles past, goes through Thiel, ball's blocked. Thiel calls him too small on the way down. High fives Loy, and Baker's back in as Loy comes off the court. Tavion Spencer coming on for Reed Sims Jr. He'll sit for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, when you think about Kyle Monterrubio with a big presence in the post, Landon Thiel's that way too. 2 blocks on the night already for Jackson.
Chavers with the ball now on the right perimeter. Goes over to Webster. Goes back to Chavers. Back to Carter. Carter stepping it down after Weatherspoon tells him to slow. He's standing motionless. Guarded by Weekly, staring him down. He's ready. McKinley section going a little crazy. Jackson's ready to go. 15 seconds left now. McKinley 16, Jackson 14. Screen set by Webster. Goes to the right. Wants to pop a three, but looking for a cut underneath. Mid-range jumper. Can't knock it as it's bricked. Tavion Spencer hits it out of bounds on the attempted rebound. Monterubio on the inbound. 3 seconds left. He'll sling one down. Let's see if his chops go. Weekly now from the timeline. 2 seconds left. Goes up. Finds a floater. Way off as it hits the front of the rim. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. McKinley, 16. Jackson, 14. At the end of one. And Mike, I got to ask you, who's hot?
Well, both teams are really hot offensively, as you can tell. I mean, it's the type of game, I think, people like us who really don't have a horse in the race here, we're kind of really hoping to see right now. But Anthony Chavers off to a great start for McKinley. Hits a couple of threes, leads the way with 8 points. Jackson, pretty much a balanced scoring attack all the way. Landon Thiel has 4 points for them. Mitch Finnefrock with 1-3. Cal Monterubio with 3. A couple of 1 block defensively for them. So it's the type of start that, like I said, a lot of us were hoping for.
Yeah, and Mike, I just wanted to pay attention to this. I mean, McKinley's balanced attack has been spreading the floor so far. We've had 3s and 2s go interchangeably, and it's making it hard for Jackson to focus solely on defending one player, which I believe their game plan coming into the game was make sure to shut down Reed Sims Jr. and Anthony Chavers both equally. But Dayton Thompson and Jalen Jeter are also able to make those plays inside, as well as Tavion Spencer, who's got limited minutes on the floor. So he's going to come in and make a difference as well.
Yeah.
Tavion Spencer is still on the floor now as Reed Sims Jr. comes back in. He is wearing a wristband now on his left wrist. Didn't sport that at the beginning of the game. And he'll have the inbound.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ed Webster also was a big factor in the first game against Jackson, too, that they also have to recognize. He's not on the floor right now.
Jalen Jeter passes it to Carter. Reed Sims Jr. Uncontested 3. Can't find it. A little too much spin off the wrist. Goes to Weekly's hands after the rebound by Thiel. Weekly goes to his left. Plugs away inside, guarded by Jeter. Finds a contested layup way in. And now it's tied. McKinley 16, Jackson 16. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go now in the second. Carter on the right side, hands it over to Reed, who slings one over to Jeter. Jeter goes to Carter, who bounce passes it to Sims. Jackson utilizing a 3-2, hoping to shut down Tavion Spencer. Jackson switches as Tavion Spencer tries to put up a mid-ranger. He has Jeter on a step-back 3. Instead, resets with Chavers. Thinks about the pump, goes back over to Jeter. Jeter on the right wing goes to Reed. Reed Sims Jr. from 3. Give it to him.
First give it to him, 3 for the night for Reed Sims, 7 points for the Bulldogs.
McKinley 19, Jackson 16, Weekly trying to get past a combination of Carter and Jeter. Finnefrock double team now. Tavion Carter inside, tries to get past Thiel, puts his hands up, and Thiel has an easy bucket. It is McKinley 19, Jackson 18. And Carter is going to reset over on the left side. Dribbles back to his right. Sims wants a 3. Goes over to Carter for a mid-range jumper. Can't bounce its way in. Chavers gets the board and back in. Tells his man to get right off of him. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. McKinley, 21. Jackson, 18. Weekly right in front of me on the left wing. Looking to go inside, driven inside, goes for it inside, and fires away inside.
Both teams just trading punches. In a good way, I'm talking about back and forth action here.
Jeter with the ball now at the logo. He hands it over to Carter, who dribbles around in a circle. Hands it back to Jeter, who pump fakes the 3 and looking to go inside with a floater. Finds it on the way up and goes in for a bucket. McKinley 23, Jackson 20, and Jackson could really use a Finnefrock free right about now.
Yeah, McKinley's doing a great job defensively on him. Jeter shadowing him right now.
Finnefrock shut down. He's double teamed. Puts up a three. Contested. Way out. Air ball. Cole Baker with the board. Baker goes outside. Goes for a mid-range jumper. On his way in and fires away. Bulldogs 23. Polar Bears 22. In the second quarter now. 5 minutes to go. Jackson student section is lit up. Reed Sims Jr. thinks about a long ranger. Can't snipe its way in. Mid-range floater inside. Excuse me, that's not a floater, that's a jumper as he misses it. Weekly on the right side, screens past Baker on a hard screen. Looking to finish it all at the rim. Gives it to Thiel. He'll go inside, uncontested. And trading punches they are. Chavers loses the pass. Back from Carter. And it's going Jackson's way with Monterubio on the inbound. Carter will come off as Davey Thompson comes in. Tavion Spencer goes out for Ed Webster.
Well, McKinley's had no answer for Landon Thiel inside tonight. 8 points already to lead the Polar Bears coming off the bench.
And the Bears look to slow things down as Monterubio tries to fire one into Weekly. Weekly, guarded by Jeter, goes to the outside. Baker passes up the three. Mid-range jumper, contested, finds it anyways. It doesn't matter for Baker. Way to cook.
Well, you had a feeling about Cole Baker coming into this game.
I did, and I'm not ashamed to say that I think Cole Baker is going to make a real difference. Davey Thompson hands one over to Webster, who drives inside. He's guarded by Thiel. Passes it off to Chambers, goes inside. No foul called, and didn't look clean to me, but Webster finds the rebound to make up for Chambers' miss. 3 minutes, 56 seconds to go. Jackson leading by 126 to McKinley 25. Weekly breaks one man, puts up a mid-range, can't find it. Goes over to Lloyd. Mid-range jumper from Lloyd. Fire away! And that might be the fourth time I said fire away because that's what it means.
Well, every team's firing away tonight, so I don't blame you.
And in transition, McKinley scores. It's McKinley 25, Jackson 28. Monterubio, contested way off the backboard. 3 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Davey gives it to Chambers, who airballs. Rebounded by Lloyd. Jackson's student section, letting them hear it as Baker has it on the volleyball stripe on the left. Baker dishes one, a bounce pass inside of Monterubio, who dishes one underneath to, looks like, Thiel, and Thiel is hyped up as he makes his way to the ground. Thiel, he is only a junior, 6'7", averaging 5.8 points per game. Timeout now taken before he goes to the free throw stripe, and he is 80% from the free throw line. So I'd be interested to see how much he can get Jackson up here.
Do you think Jake Diebler down at Ohio State will be thinking, hey, do you want to play basketball too? Well, no, I guess he can't really do that, but he is a really fun player to watch and really an imposing figure for the Polar Bears. 10 points already, going to be looking for the 11 at the line. Well, we've had teams like I said, in a good way, trading punches early on in this game. And Jackson's been able to take advantage of a couple empty possessions from McKinley to regain this lead. And now they're going to try to take what I believe would be their, no, I'll take that back. I think they were up by 7 early in the first quarter, but to take a 6-point lead here with 3:02 to go in the second quarter.
And Mike, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to all of the people who are currently listening on YouTube. You all mean the world to us, and you're the reason we can keep doing what we're doing, so we do appreciate you. Going back to the on-court action, Weekly, Roy, Finnefrock is back on. Thiel and Baker is the lineup that Jackson will go with, benching Monterubio for the current time. The 6-man rotation has proved successful for the Polar Bears. And the 8-man rotation for McKinley has also proved successful. Davey Thompson goes to the key to Webster, who hands it to Jeter. Jeter on the right wing. Goes to Chambers, looking to make something happen. Hands it back to Jeter. Lefty puts one up and puts one down. Debevec shakes his head on the bench. Jackson 31, McKinley 28. Baker has it on the left side, dribbling in. Goes in for a quick layup over Tavion Spencer and finds it. Jackson, now 33, McKinley, 28. Chavers orchestrating the offense from the right corner. Hands it to Davey Thompson, who goes to Webster. Webster looking for a drive inside, puts one in, blocked by Teal. And Teal takes the rebound on its way. Baker now at the three-point stripe, gives it to Weekly. Screen pass, he'll dribble back. Chavers loses his footing, and on its way in, Baker looks to size up Chavers, fakes him out one, puts it up, can't find it in, and it's still going McKinley's way as Baker was the last one to touch it before it went out of bounds. We got a minute and 59 seconds left here in the first half. Jackson 33, McKinley 28.
You know, if Jackson was going to come in, get a win today, they were probably going to need players like Landon Thiel, Cole Baker to step up, especially when McKinley is making it tough on Mitch Finnefrock, their top shooter.
Jeter looks to drive inside, sporting the headband. Tough layup, can't find the call, but goes in for a two. Finally reaching the 30-point threshold in the first half. It's Jackson 33, McKinley 30. Baker hands one off to Weekly on a screen. Illegal screen taken as I believe he put his elbows into the screen. Baker screaming at the Bebek. Looks like Baker's coming off after that. Bebek is not pleased.
Yeah, that's his second foul, so he'll probably be out for the remainder of this 1:33 to go here in the second quarter.
A minute and 32 seconds to go. It's Jackson 33, McKinley 30. Jackson not finding themselves in a familiar spot. Jeter goes inside to Loy. Ball's whacked by Thiel on its way in, but it looked like it did have a really good exit velocity. Loy goes to Weekly, goes to Monterrubio on the left side. Guarded by Tavion Spencer. Gets past him, makes two-man jump, puts one up, and in after faking out two defenders. Jackson 35, McKinley 30 with a minute and 3 seconds to go. Carter over to Thompson in the left corner. Tavion Spencer inside with Webster. Webster gives it out to Chavers. Chavers back to Jeter. Jeter calling a play. Jackson fans chirping. Hands it to Tavion Spencer, goes to Chavers. Chavers will probably ISO as he's calling for a screen. He goes towards the hoop, goes in, puts up a floater, and it's in. Anthony Chavers, the 6'4" forward, puts it over 6'7", Landon Thiel. Weekly now, slowing the pace down with 30 seconds to go. Jackson 35, McKinley 32. Jeter pressed up on Weekly. Weekly goes to the right, passes one back, and another foul as the Bebek goes down on his knees, slamming the floor. As Jackson with another costly foul.
Well,
gives it to Chambers.
Yeah, actually a 5-second call on Jackson there to give the ball back to McKinley. Jackson with an opportunity to really take a sizable lead into halftime. Now McKinley with a chance to cut it to one or maybe tie it with a three.
Jeter now at the volleyball stripe. He's got 10 seconds to make something happen as the clock goes down. Jeter will take the last shot here as it goes out of bounds. And now it's a foul right before it went out of bounds. It looks like that cost Jackson a lot, because if that went out of bounds, they would have had the last shot with 7 seconds to go. But McKinley will have the inbound given or dished out by Davey Thompson, and he'll probably look for a cheater that's coming up. Chambers at the three-point stripe. He's got 6 seconds. Let's see if he spots up. Looking to make something happen. Steps back, puts one up, guarded by Thiel. It bounces off, and at the buzzer, it is Jackson 35, McKinley 32. And Sims sitting for the entirety of the sitting for almost the entirety of the second quarter, Mike. I'm not sure what Weatherspoon is thinking, sitting one of his best players.
Well, I don't know why he's doing that either, but you know, he's got a team with Anthony Chavers, Jalen Jeter, who have really kept the Bulldogs within striking distance of this game. Chavers with 12 points in the first half, Jeter with 9 points, but my goodness, for Jackson, if you were to say that Mitch Finnefrock was only going to have 3 points in the first half, you might be wondering, man, they're going to be really in trouble. But Landon Thiel with 11 points, Kyle Monterrubio with 5 points. He had a great game the first time they played McKinley, 20-plus point game. So Jackson in a great position here at halftime, up 35-32.
And Weekly's got 4, but it feels like he's done so much more than just that. He's been having wonderful assists in transition and dishing it out to his teammates, just like Cole Baker, who I said at the beginning was going to have a big night, and he's got 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I know ball, but I'm just saying.
Well, you know ball, and you've seen this Jackson team enough this year to know their strengths too.
True enough.
And but like I said, yeah, on a night when you have Mitch Finnefrock not off to a good start, off to a slow start, and I think you can attribute McKinley's defense a lot to that. They have been really shadowing him all night. He has the one basket. He had to step back and shoot that 3 earlier in the first half. But I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here in the second half.
Yeah, with that being said, Mike and I are going to kick it back to our halftime screen. Enjoy the smooth jazz if that's your thing. If not, mute it, and you'll see us when we come back because you'll see our ugly mugs. So we'll see what happens. Jackson leading 35 to McKinley's 32 in this Federal League title showdown here at the Fieldhouse. This has been the Letter Live. First half of coverage from the Fieldhouse. Thank you very much, Mike. Anything you got to say?
Thank you very much.
I'm cutting you off. We're going.
All right, it's Mike Popovich back here at the field house at halftime, where the Jackson Polar Bears have a 35-32 lead over the McKinley Bulldogs. Looking at some of the scores from around the area, a bit of a surprise here in the Federal League. Hoover, coming off their big win at Louisville on Tuesday night, trails Perry 34-18 in the third quarter. And in the Eastern Buckeye Conference at halftime, Carrollton was having a really good season this year, leads Minerva by a score of 33-24. Now look at the scoring in this game from the Jackson-McKinley game for the McKinley Bulldogs. Anthony Chavers leads the way with 12 points. Jalen Jeter with 9 points. Reed Sims Jr. with 7 points. Javion Carter has 2 points. Ed Webster with 2 points. For the Jackson Polar Bears, it's Cam Wheatley with 4 points. Mitch Finnefrock with 3 points. Cole Baker has 8 points. Caden Lloyd has 4 points. Landon Thiel has 11 points and a couple of blocks. And Kyle Monterrubio has 5 points. So once again at halftime, it's the Jackson Polar Bears leading the McKinley Bulldogs by a score of 35-32. And Aiden Brueck and I will be back here in a few minutes with second half action from the field house.
everybody, and welcome back to the Letter Live here from Kid McKinley Memorial Fieldhouse. Mike, we got a close game alert on the watch, and for the first time, I think, since I've covered a Jackson game, Mitch Finnefrock hasn't gotten a lot of shots.
Well, he's not got a lot of shots, and that has a lot to do with the McKinley defense. You know, it's not like Mitch Finnefrock has had a poor shooting night. He has one three-pointer. I think he may have taken one or two other shots.
Oh, no, there's a ball.
And it's not a souvenir.
It's not a souvenir, unfortunately. We will have to get a shot. We will have to get shots up.
You almost had a souvenir at Glen. Oh, you did have a souvenir at Glen Oak, I thought. Did you?
Where did I get at Glen Oak?
A basketball came our way.
A basketball did come up and hit me, but like 4 times. We were in the prime spot.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Mike, that's besides the point. Right now, it's all about a fight for the Federal League title race. Jackson currently leading McKinley 35-32. Cole Baker going to be on the mound for the Polar Bears. Right in front of us. I know he can hear me. 8 minutes to go now in the third. About to start play. Jalen Jeter currently on Weekly. Weekly gets a wide out pass. Goes right back to Baker. Spread offense now from Jackson. Puts 1 in, 4 out. Finnefrock looks for a screen on a ghost. And it's going to go inside for Monterrubio, who fires inside and gets a 2 to put Jackson up 5. In the corner, it's Jeter. Goes inside to Webster. Can't find the in stride. Turnover taken by Baker. Finnefrock's got it now. With his left, takes it out. Weekly from 3. Gets it! It's good! Weekly from 3. And now Jackson taking a commanding 8-point lead. Chavers in the left corner. Hands it back to Thompson, who goes back to Sims. Sims Jr. back in play after missing a bit of the second quarter. Goes inside and can't put one in, but he finds the board and puts it back in for a second chance point. Sean Weatherspoon made the right decision, putting him back in the game.
Yeah, Sims with 9 points, stopping this Jackson run briefly to start this third quarter.
Monterrubio, pass is deflected, goes in Chavers' hands, who fires it in stride to Thompson. Reed Sims Jr. now in the corner, he's unguarded. Cole Baker goes in front of him, and that 3 fires away. Weekly behind the back pass over to Weekly, and going inside, swatted away by Chavers. Monterrubio is down, and it's going McKinley's way as Monterrubio takes a hard foul. Hard fall, not hard foul. Although it could be perceived as a hard foul.
Well, that's the first time after Jackson, a couple of big blocks in the first half. McKinley stops a Jackson possession there with a block of his own.
Thompson now commanding the offense. Ball's rebounded, off a tip by Anthony Chavers, who goes inside. Sims tries to go inside. Fouled on the way down.
That foul's going to go against Cole Baker, and that's going to be his third foul. First on the Polar Bears.
And Baker's already got 3 fouls today. It looks like he's going to come out for Thiel. Baker, the big man, replaced by Thiel now. That's the first foul in the second half. Thompson on the inbound. He'll hand it off to, it looks like, Sims. Sims inside, going for mid-range, spins around. Fenifrock puts one in. On a contested layup, what a beautiful spin on the ball off the backboard. Jackson 40, McKinley 36, my apologies. I haven't said it a lot. As Loy goes to the left corner, dribbles around, wants to get it to Thiel. He's got an opportunity at a mid-range, but passes it up for a layup instead. He's fouled, and he'll head to the stripe now to potentially put up Jackson by even more.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to go against Ed Webster from McKinley. Reed Sims Jr., fast start here in the third quarter for McKinley, able to cut what was once a Jackson 8-point lead down to 4, but now Jackson looking to extend the lead as Landon Thiel hits his first free throw. Thiel with 12 points in the game, looking for 13, and he gets it.
And his second goes in, as you said, and Davey Thompson has the board for the Bulldogs. Jeter looking for somebody inside, but Jackson's defense has stayed tight. Jeter going inside, passes it out to Chavers from 3. Can't find it. Rebounded by Webster, puts one up, can't find it. Jeter on the rebound, goes back to Chavers. Davey Thompson from 3. Goes in off the tip-off from Reed Sims Jr.
Sims with 6 points in the quarter, keeping McKinley in this one.
Weekly now with the ball for the Polar Bears. He's got a lane inside, swatted away by Jeter, and it's fouled. And Weekly's going to have some shots. Wasn't a clean block.
Yeah, they're going to get Jalen Jeter with the foul for McKinley, and that'll be his second. Cam Weekly will go to the free throw line for the Polar Bears. Weekly shooting 90% from the line this season.
Let's see what he does here. His first is good! Yay!
Yeah, that's a good sign from Mike Bueline at Mount Union, who saw his team struggle at the free throw line. Weekly, a Mount Union recruit.
Weekly winds up for a second and puts it away. Sims Jr. on the inbound, And Thompson now with the ball at the left hash. Goes up to Chavers in the corner after a pass to Reed Sims Jr. Chavers screens pass, guarded by Fenifrock. Hands it to Thompson now at the key. Thompson goes behind his back and back to Sims Jr. Fakes the 3, goes behind his back and makes a move inside. Puts one up and in. Chavers gets the putback, but it's going to be negated, as I believe there was a foul by Jackson's Landon Thiel for a shooting foul on Sims.
Reed Sims probably frustrated there because he had a great move in there, unable to finish the shot, but is able to draw the foul. He'll get 2 free throws, first one up and in. Reed Sims shooting 82% from the free throw line this season coming into today's game. That was his first free throw.
His second's no good as it's rebounded by Thiel. Thiel kicks it out to Monterrubio on the left side. He'll dribble through, ball plucked away on its way out. Davey Thompson had the last hand on it, and it's going to be inbounded by Finnefrock.
While Finnefrock, no shot attempts here in the third quarter. McKinley still sticking to him, not allowing him to get open along the wing.
Finnefrock for 3, finds it, and Finnefrock gets his first 3 of the night.
Up until now.
True that. Jeter on the outside, it's 47-39. Jackson up, and McKinley puts it back within 6 as Jeter puts one up inside. Monterrubio on the left perimeter looks to get one past to Weekly. Locked out by Jeter, puts one back, timeout taken now. Loy almost took the ball with him back to the bench. It's a timeout taken by Jackson. It's Jackson 47, McKinley 41. McKinley 3 fouls, Jackson 2 fouls. We're headed steady for the bonus.
Yeah, the up until now comment was basically, I had mentioned that McKinley had done a great job of getting pressure on Finnefrock, not letting him get open. And the minute I say it, it's the announcer's jinx. Finnefrock gets open and is able to can his second 3 of the game.
And it looked like that shot, honestly, was a bit more contested than we thought. I mean, he was open when he initially started his shooting motion, but on the way up, it looked like he had a defender closing in on him.
Right. Finnefrock, very smart player as a shooter. First time, his first 3 in the first half down there. He had a player on him, so he had to step back and shoot it and was able to can it. Now he gets his second 3-pointer, 6 points on the night.
And Jackson has done a great job at preventing these transition points. Deal inside, airballs the layup. It goes from Webster to Thompson, throws one over, dunked in, almost, by Keith Quincy.
Transition point for McKinley there.
And just as I said, they're doing a good job at shutting down that transition defense. They find an open lane and fire a dunk, a practical dunk, as Cole Baker gets ready to suit back up into the game. Weekly stared down by Carter. He puts up a deep 3. Not from range, as that falls short. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. It's Jackson 47, McKinley 43. Sims Jr. visibly tired as he screams past to Carter. Carter looks to put up a mid-ranger, goes inside, tries to find the intentional miss, ends up in the hands of Caden Lloyd, excuse me. Lloyd to Monterrubio, goes inside, he misses the layup, it's wide open, look, and he can't find it. Monterrubio, a rare miss. Reed Sims Jr. tells his squad to slow it down. At the key, looking to go past Quincy as he goes inside. Quincy, big body inside, can't find it. Keith Quincy, another key football athlete for the McKinley Bulldogs football squad. Monterrubio goes inside, makes up for it. Tepevec pumps on the sideline. The bench, excuse me, as Davey Thompson takes it back. It's Jackson 49, McKinley 43. Kickball called. Subs coming in, Caden Lloyd coming out, and Reed Sims Jr. coming out again for McKinley.
Cole Baker also back into the game for Jackson.
Davey Thompson offset the key, asks Webster for a screen, goes over to Carter. On the right side, Webster's got a look, puts one up, the lefty, can't find it. Rebounded by Quincy. It's taken by Monterrubio, and it's going back McKinley's way after Monterrubio couldn't regain critical possession of the rock.
Yeah, Jackson, we haven't seen McKinley in games outside the Massillon game when they've been down. They weren't able to come back in that game. Let's see how they overcome adversity here. They've been able to keep Jackson within reach so far.
Shavers visibly upset as he goes up for a layup. He can't find it. We'll go to the line instead. Kyle Monterrubio his second foul of the game. And the third foul for the Polar Bears. We're tied up in fouls now. Like I said, steady way to the bonus. 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the third.
Chavers 57% from the line coming into today. First shot is good. Chavers with 13 points tonight for the Bulldogs. Got off to a fast start with those early threes. Playing another great game for the Bulldogs. Seems like every time we've seen him this year, he's done something good for them.
Chavers now with his second free throw. Eagle screech. Doesn't matter. He'll grab it. Inbounded by Baker. It goes to Weekly. Weekly guarded by Jeter. Close to the ref. Lobs a rainbow up to Monterrubio. Monterrubio deep outside on the left. Hands it off to Baker, who gives a bounce pass over to Weekly at the key. Screams past Deal, spins around, looking for a lay, and puts one not in as it hits the big-time sports camera on the way out.
It's a thankless job when you're behind the basket with the camera.
Way to stay with it, big-time
sports. But he's still
sports.
going, yes.
Way to stay with it, big-time. I'm proud of you guys. Weekly lobs one in stride to Finnefrock. He's guarded closely by Thompson. Let's see if he can get a look on the Ghost. Goes back, kicks one back to Baker. Baker, deep in range, fakes the screen to Weekly. Takes it with his right, back to his left, crosses up, Webster, gives it back to Weekly now with a minute and 54 seconds to go. Jackson screens pass with Deal. Weekly's going to step back from mid-range and finds it. The Mount Union commit is a sharpshooter from mid.
Boy, 11 points for Weekly already. Second Jackson Polar Bear in double figures.
Chavers lobs one up to Thompson. Thompson looking to make an ISO. His own mid-ranger, he airballs it, ends up in the hands of Cole Baker. Jackson's student section lets him hear it. They're down 6 now as Monterrubio's got a lane inside. Guarded by Chavers, fakes him out. Chavers got hungry.
Well, Monterrubio hungry right now for the Polar Bears, just like he was the first time they played McKinley.
And Webster looked to put up a layup. Keith Quincy gets the board and puts it back. Now a 6-point game. Monterrubio goes in to Cole Baker, who bounces the initial pass off his left hand. Looks to put one over him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar style, and he'll fire away just like the 80s.
Cole Baker, sky hook, dude. Wow.
Webster with a quick move inside, he'll find it. And now a 6-point game still with 30 seconds to go now in the third. Monterrubio looks to get past Chavers. Steps back on the left corner. Steps back and gets the lane going inside. Blocked by Webster. In transition, it's a 3v3. Thompson inside, dishes one underneath to Quincy, who puts one up off the glass. Guarded by Webster. 4-point game now with 10 seconds to go. Weekly looks to get the last shot in, puts one in, and it's blocked by Jeter. Sporting the headband with 2 seconds. Deep from Chavers, can't find it, but Chavers exhausted after the opportunity. My goodness, what a comeback from McKinley to seal the end of the third quarter. I mean, my God. Jackson, 55. McKinley, 51.
Boy, McKinley, I think, would really be in big trouble if it wasn't for Keith Quincy in that quarter. 6 points coming off the bench right away after that good start by Reed Sims Jr. But, you know, if you're Jackson, I think that this game is still really in their favor right now. Just the pace of the game. You know, I thought the fast start that we had tonight from both offenses, we were going to see an 80-some to 70-some game, and that would have spelled trouble for Jackson, just like it did for the first time. But really, a really fun game to watch so far. Jackson carried a 55-51 lead into the fourth quarter. Cam Weekly, 11 points. Cal Monterrubio, 11 points. Cole Baker, 10 points. Landon Deal, 13 points. That's what you need when people like Kevin Fitter Mitch Whitrock are held to 6 points.
You couldn't have said it better.
Could have said Kevin Finnefrock better.
That might be. Anthony Chambers is going to be pressed up on Monterubio now to start the fourth. It's Jackson 55, McKinley 51, with Monterubio on the inbound. Pressed up by Chambers, goes outside Weekly. Weekly now with the ball, crosses the timeline, now on the right wing. Had a man in Monterubio, balls turned over, Finnefrock's got a one down, going up, and in! What a dunk by Keith Quincy! My God!
Wow.
Weekly turns it over, taken by Chambers, going over to Quincy again, puts another one up, and Quincy has 10. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game, right? And he puts it on.
Wow. Keith Quincy, out of nowhere. We've seen him do so many great things on the football field, but what an impact he's made in this game, in this basketball game for McKinley. I mean, Jackson was in a position to really take over this game. He comes in, he scored like 10 points in like 3 minutes.
And Mike, I want to keep all the viewers in mind that McKinley now has 4 players above double-digit scoring, as well as Jackson. Both teams are spreading the ball out very evenly tonight, and it's been a pleasure to watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, you expect things like this from Anthony Chambers, Jalen Jeter, Reed Sims Jr., but Keith Quincy just coming off the bench and just being electric for the Bulldogs in this game. McKinley down by as many as 8. We were wondering how they would react because we haven't really seen them trail that much, but they've reacted really well. This should be a fun final 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
And it has only been 30 seconds, and McKinley has already managed to tie it up. Chambers pressing on Monterubio for the inbound. Monterubio awaiting the ball, whistle called, no looks to Weekly. 7 minutes, 27 seconds, tied at 55. Monterubio has it on the right wing, he'll go inside, almost blocked by Chambers, and one! And DeBevick is on his feet.
Boy, Kyle Monterubio tried to take all of that momentum away that McKinley has gained from the start of this fourth quarter. Gets the basket, looks for the and one. Foul on Anthony Chambers, his second for McKinley. Monterubio going to the line looking for his 14th point, and he gets it.
And the three-point play is converted as Jeter takes it down the court for the Bulldogs. Reed Sims Jr. now, no looks it over, looking at Weatherspoon. Takes it over to Carter, back to Sims Jr. Sims over to Keith Quincy, wants to pop up the three, but he can't. He screens pass for Reed, putting his body on the line. Reed tries to go inside, can't finish as it's right off the front of the rim, and Sims with 14 on the night can't make it 16. Jackson 58, McKinley 55. Monterubio screens past Steele, he'll go inside and puts one in. That is huge for Jackson. As soon as McKinley comes back, Jackson cuts it right back down.
As strong as Keith Quincy was during that run from McKinley, Kyle Monterubio trying to put the polar bears on his back right now.
Chambers now on the left wing, passes it off to Jeter. Jeter over to Quincy. Passes up the three, hands it back to Carter. Floater put up, way off. It's given to Baker, guarded by Sims. Back to Monterubio, Finnefrock. Passes up the three, goes inside. He's fouled on its way in for a reach-in. That's going to be, it looks like, on Ed Webster, or on Anthony Chambers, excuse me. That's his third foul, so Baker and Chambers leading the charge on fouls for both of their teams. So McKinley down 5. Jackson 60, McKinley 55. 6 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Baker gets the inbound on a beautiful rainbow pass as he's guarded by Sims. Puts up a mid-ranger, can't find it. Ball's tipped back by Teal, takes out one man and can't find it, but he gets it again. Ball's blocked by Sims. Dribbling down the court, it's Thompson. Over to Jeter. Finishes one over. Can't find it. Rebounded by Reed Sims Jr. And Reed Sims Jr. costly rebound opportunity. Monterrey being clapped at by the entirety of the McKinley Bulldogs cheer squad. Weekly's got it now. Sporting number 1, guarded by Jeter. Goes past to Baker. Way close to the scorer's table. Tries to pass one over to Quincy. Quincy reaches in and had too much contact on it. And McKinley's got 3 fouls. To Jackson 0.
Look at the scoreboard. I mean, 4 McKinley double-figure scores on the court. 4 Jackson double-figures on the scores on this court.
And what's funny? Fenifrock isn't one of them.
He isn't one of them. Yes.
Monterrey gets the inbound, wants to put up a mid-range jumper, hands it back to Baker, and they'll reset. 3-2 being played by McKinley as they switch over onto the zone. The switch defense proves successful as Theo can't have Jeter get past him. Baker inside almost gets past Sims. Goes back as Sims looking to reach in. Ends up in Thompson's hands. Going to Quincy. No, it won't. Thompson dribbles it back out. Reset. Sims from 3. Can't find it. Sims missed. With 4 minutes and 58 seconds to go now in the fourth, it's Jackson 60, McKinley 55. Bob's Rubio almost loses it on the crossover. Goes inside, and Theo maintains possession. Charge called. Theo was too strong. Maybe Webster just flopped, but it's a charge nonetheless.
Boy, going back to that shot by Reed Sims Jr., boy, that looked so good coming off his hands. He probably couldn't believe that wouldn't go down for him either. That said, McKinley, though, regains possession. Has a chance now to make it a one-possession game, down 60-55 with 4:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Hey, what do you say we have an overtime or two?
Could you say that again, please?
What do you say we have an overtime or two?
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it, Mike. I'm going to take a sip of water, and Mike's got your play-by-play for the next 10 seconds.
Okay. Well, Jeter brings it into the forecourt along the left wing, guarded by Weekly. Jeter out in front to Webster, right ring to Sims. Sims dribbles in, puts it up, no good, and the follow-up is good by Ed Webster.
And how'd that feel, Mike? Chavers back in for the Bulldogs after the next stoppage in play. Monterrey sending his guys back underneath.
As thirsty as I am, that felt good.
It's 5 out now for Polar Bears. As Monterrey tries to go in, he'll draw the foul. Ball would not have gone in. And Reed Sims Jr. is not pleased.
Foul's going to go against Ed Webster for McKinley, his second. Kyle Monterrubio going to the free throw line for Jackson. 16 points on the night. His first free throw is good.
That's huge. That's huge.
Monterrubio 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Polar Bears overall really good free throw shooting tonight. I think only 1 miss by the looks of things.
Monterrey second. Stands are loud. Puts it up. Makes it. The Walsh commit gets it in on his second shot to go 100% on the stripe for that attempt. Chavers with it on the right corner. Hands it back to Jeter. Jeter over to Quincy. Quincy screens pass. Goes to Baker. And back to Reed Sims Jr. on the left wing. Sims Jr. looking for a screen to Webster. Hands one off to Chavers. Chavers now pump fakes it to Quincy. Fakes out one man, and it's a double dribble. That is costly. Chavers didn't realize it.
Yeah, big turnover there for McKinley. Timeout being called. 3:41 to go with Jackson up 62-57. And right now, if you're the Polar Bears, you're in a pretty good spot. No hurry, good possessions, strong possessions, no turnovers. They've been able to withstand every McKinley run that's been made at them tonight.
And they've withstood it all.
They've withstood it all.
I mean, it truly is astonishing the level of basketball we're seeing being played right now. I mean, this is the best you're going to get in the Federal League. This is the best you're going to get in the Federal League. And it won't get better. And
you know what? This might not be the last time they play. And the way the tournament setup is right now, it'd probably be in a regional this time. But
True that.
you know,
that, Mike.
it would be great to see a third game between these two teams.
Monterubio is going to be on the inbound. He's guarded closely by Quincy. As Chambers hands up on Weekly. Weekly pushes off. 3:40 to go now in the fourth. 5-point game as Jackson leads 62-57. Weekly looks to get past Chambers. Spins around, keeps it in possession. Goes back around, they're leaving the paint open for him. Fakes out Chambers, but he falls, and the ball goes out of bounds as Weekly can't plant his feet.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to them. Some Jackson fans maybe calling for a foul there, but I think he just lost his footing right there on that.
3 minutes, 23 to go. Fast offense has to be played by the Bulldogs if they want to succeed. Webster carries it over to Quincy, screens over. Sims Jr. has it now, driving through with his right. Almost screens past Webster, telling his man to go through. Cuts underneath, passes it back out to Carter. Goes back to Jeter, and Jeter resets. Goes through, guarded by Baker, puts one back, and that is a travel call as Baker had his hands up.
Yeah, it looked like Jeter was trying to keep that pivot foot down as best as he could. Couldn't go anywhere, but gets whistled for the travel.
And McKinley's going to need some transition offense to go in their favor. Baker inside, dunked by Teal. DeBevek is hype, and that was on his head. Sims Jr. goes back, wants to make a highlight inside to Chambers. Chambers puts one up and in. Chambers converts. It's a 5-point game once more. Jackson 64, McKinley 59, and Weekly has it on the right wing. Guarded by Chambers. Looks to get past Chambers. Cuts inside, can't find one. Travel not called. Headed over to Monterubio at the key. He drives in, guarded by Quincy. Puts one in, and it's another and one. No offensive foul is called. And Monterubio making big moves for this Jackson team. He's got 20.
That could be the biggest basket for the Polar Bears, regular season-wise. It's Kyle Monterubio really carrying him here. Landon Thiel helping out. As Monterubio's free throw is good to give him 21 on the night. And Jackson restores an 8-point lead.
8-point lead. It is now 67-59. Reese Sims Jr. wants to make something happen inside. Puts one in, and it's an and one. They'll count it. He'll head to the stripe.
Wow.
Keith Quincy coming out now for the Bulldogs. Davey Thompson comes in, and Chambers takes the spot at the hash. Right across from him is Ed Webster. Sims, his first, finds its way in. It's Jackson 67, McKinley 62, and things cannot be closer with the 2-minute warning now upon us. Monterubio goes through his legs, presses up on Chambers, tries to pass through, ball stolen. Chambers has it. He's got 2 men on him, puts one over to Sims, inside, puts it in, and it's good! It's a 3-point game. Jackson 67, McKinley 64, and they've got to get down the court. Cole Baker on the left wing. They've got a minute and 30. Ball goes out, and Baker finds it inside for a huge bucket. In transition, Jackson doesn't slow down. Davey Thompson now at the key, hands it off to Jeter. Jeter goes over to Webster. Webster crosses over, puts an extra one in, and one! And one!
Wow. Ed Webster trying to complete the 3-point play here. boy, McKinley, these and ones might save them eventually here in this game. We had the basket by Reed Sims in the and one, and now Ed Webster trying to complete the same thing and get the Bulldogs back to within 2. Jackson can't put them away.
Webster with a shot. 73% from the line. He fires his first one. That's huge. It's a 2-point game. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. Jeter presses up on Weekly. Weekly spins around, almost loses it. Jeter stays on him. Feet planted, goes on Weekly. Refs let it play through, goes up. Ball's blocked. It's clean. It's clean. But a foul is called, and Weekly is down.
Wow, that looked pretty clean from Ed Webster there. But they get him for the foul. The McKinley bench erupted. Sean Witherspoon just shaking his hand like this. Boy, that looked really good by Ed Webster as far as a block. But he gets the foul. Cam Weekly will go to the line.
Weekly's got a huge set of free throws. He makes his first. Now a 3-point game. Jackson 70, McKinley 67. 1 minute and 6 to go. Reed Sims Jr. coming in for Keith Quincy. Weekly second.
Jackson really been money at the free throw line tonight.
If he makes this, it's huge. He makes it. Huge for Jackson. McKinley doesn't call a timeout. They've got 1 minute and 4 seconds to make something happen. Sims Jr. ISO inside. Puts one in and finds it behind his back. It's a 2-point game with 55 seconds to go. Reed Sims Jr. up on Baker. Baker right in between us, and the ball laid into my lap. The ball laid into my lap.
How did Reed Sims Jr. get that shot to fall down there? Just almost off balance, and he was able to get it to fall. Now McKinley needing a stop here.
15 seconds remaining. Weekly on Jeter. Foul call as he has his hands on it. Weekly's headed to the stripe.
Jalen Jeter with the foul there, and that'll be his third.
McKinley playing for the 3 and the foul.
Cam Weekly going to the free throw line. As we said, Polar Bears really been successful at the line tonight. This is the time where you need to still be successful if you want to close out this McKinley team.
And he misses his first. Weekly misses his first. Let's see if he can split the pair, Mike, because if not, this just got a whole lot worse for Jackson.
It's only like the second or third miss tonight for Jackson.
Can convert. He makes it in. It's a 3-point game with 45 seconds to go. Davey Thompson at the logo. Screens pass. Looks to go inside to Che. Che inside. Can't find it. Jump ball called. It's going it's going McKinley's way. 32 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. Playing for the and one or the 3 for the 4-point play. This is what it comes down to. This is McKinley's last chance. 32.5 seconds to go. Crowd are on their feet. Reed Sims Jr. now from the stripe. Puts one up. Contested, it's no good. Finds his rebound. Out to James. Puts one up. Can't find it. He's down. Can't find the foul. Thompson stays in, but he stepped out. And it looks like a timeout's called before things go awry. 22 seconds to go. Reed Sims Jr. trying to play hero ball, and he can't convert. 72-69. McKinley down 3 to Jackson.
Now McKinley able to get the timeout. You know, going into that last sequence there, you didn't really know. McKinley really didn't need a 3. You know, they were able to get a wide open shot inside. They could get it to extend the game. But now with 23 seconds left, they might have to be considering a 3-point shot here, either from Reed Sims, Jalen Jeter, maybe Chambers. Chambers almost able to finish the basket early on. that would have cut it to 1, or finish that possession early on that would have cut it to 1. So they might have to be looking for a 3 here.
Mike, I said that was it. But now that they've regained possession and have called a timeout, I think this might be it. 22 seconds to go. Jackson 72, McKinley 69. And they need something to fall.
This game is what we hoped it would become. And it's still not over yet. There's still a final chapter that needs to be written here.
And it looks like they've reset the clock to 23 seconds instead. Possession is still in the hands of the Bulldogs. Davey Thompson on the inbound. Hands it out to Jeter. He's got 20 seconds. Clock ticking down. Gets it to Reed. Sims Jr. now. Looking to ISO. Goes between his legs. Making something happen. Guarded by Monterrubio. Spins around. Puts one up. And not in. As it's rebounded by Monterrubio. And they've got a foul. Chavers on the foul. Jackson's headed to the stripe. 7 seconds to go. Jackson can't get it to fall. Or excuse me, McKinley can't get it to fall.
Yeah, they were trying to get Sims in there to finish in the paint. He's unable to. And now with 7.3 seconds left, Kyle Monterrubio has a chance to put a bow on this one and extend the Federal League race to the final day of the season. His first shot.
He makes his first. He makes his first. Mike, I think that might be it.
Yeah, it's going to look really tough here.
Monterrubio's got 22. Makes it 23. 7.3 seconds left. Reed Sims Jr. down the stretch. Davey Thompson has it in his hands. Puts up a long range. Can't find it. Ball's taken. Puts one inside. Jackson runs away with it. Final score, Jackson 74, McKinley 71.
What a game by Jackson. Like I said, they were able to take the lead and withstand every push that McKinley gave them tonight. And now they have a chance to gain a piece of the Federal League title Tuesday night against Green. And McKinley will have to go play a challenge game against Hoover to be able to maintain a share of the league title. But in a league race between two teams like this is the game you hope to see. And Jackson really deserved this victory tonight.
With that being said, Mike, that is going to do it from the Letter Live here tonight. Jackson runs away with it 74-71 over McKinley. Monterrubio's got 23. Steele's got 15. Baker's got 12. Weekly's got 14. Finnefrock's got 6. You couldn't ask for a better lineup.
Yeah, and like we said, you needed all those other guys on a night where Mitch Finnefrock only had 6 points. And like we said, credit McKinley for limiting his looks at the basket. He hits 2 threes tonight. I think he might have finished 2 for 4 from the field tonight. That's how good McKinley made it tough for him. But the rest of the Jackson Polar Bears, guys like Kyle Monterrubio, who really willed this team to a victory in the second half, and guys like Landon Thiel, Cam Weekly, Cole Baker, they all had a big part in this Jackson victory.
Absolutely, Mike. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in to the Letter Network's coverage of McKinley versus Jackson here at the Fieldhouse, the most electric Federal League game we've seen this season. Jackson runs away with it 74-71, and we'll have post-game interviews up for you on the Letter Media Network
and we
YouTube
have
channel.
Bonus coverage of a game tomorrow night.
That's true.
As well.
We do. This is true.
We're going to come back tomorrow night. We're going to go back to Louisville. They're going to welcome St. Vincent St. Mary, a team that we all know about, a team they could see down the road, and they're going to try to rebound from their loss to Hoover earlier this week. So 24 hours after watching a game like this, we can also see another pretty interesting game.
Without a doubt, Mike. Thank you all for listening in. We appreciate all of you tuning in to the Letter Live tonight, Friday, February 7th. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night. Stay safe. Thank you.